Most people fear debt. They see it as chains. The rich, they see it as leverage, a tool to multiply wealth. While ordinary people borrow to buy things that lose value, the wealthy borrow to own things that create value. This is the secret the rich learn early, and the poor are never taught. Today, we'll break down how the world's wealthiest people, from real estate investors to billion-dollar CEOs, use debt to grow richer. You'll understand the difference between bad debt that drains you and good debt that pays you. And by the end, you'll see how to safely use leverage to build your own financial freedom. Here's the simple truth. The poor buy things that take money out of their pocket. The rich buy things that put money in. When the average person borrows, it's for cars, phones, or vacations, items that lose value the moment you buy them. The wealthy borrow for assets, real estate, businesses, cash flow investments, things that pay the debt for them. This one mindset shift separates debt that enslaves from debt that empowers. Let's say you have $100,000 in cash. The average saver might buy one small property outright and stop there. The wealthy take that same $100,000 as a 20% down payment, control a $500,000 property, rent it out, and let tenants cover the loan. Over time, the rent pays off the mortgage, the property appreciates, and the investor walks away owning an asset 5 times bigger than their original money. That's the quiet power of leverage, controlling more with less. Consider Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He calls debt his favorite tool, but only when it's tied to cash-flowing assets. He used bank loans to buy apartments that paid him monthly, while others avoided debt completely. Or take Elon Musk. He's worth hundreds of billions, yet has taken loans against his Tesla shares to fund projects instead of selling them. Why? Because loans aren't taxed like income. Borrowed money can be used tax-free while your assets keep growing. And on a smaller scale, real estate investors everywhere use the same principle. Use the bank's money to build assets that cover their payments and keep the profit. So, what exactly is good debt? Good debt puts money in your pocket every month, like a loan for a rental property, business equipment, or education that increases your earning power. Bad debt takes money out, like financing lifestyle items that depreciate. The goal isn't to avoid all debt. It's to make sure the debt you take works for you. The poor pay interest, the rich earn it. There's another layer most people never see: taxes. When you earn income, it's taxed immediately. But when you borrow money, it's not income, it's leverage. Wealthy investors borrow against their appreciating assets to access cash without triggering capital gains tax. They can fund new ventures, buy properties, or expand companies, all while legally paying little to no tax on those borrowed funds. It's not cheating the system, it's understanding it. Of course, leverage cuts both ways. Used carelessly, it magnifies losses. In 2008, many investors borrowed too much and held assets that stopped producing cash. The lesson? Leverage demands discipline. The rule is simple. If it doesn't generate cash flow, don't finance it. Debt is a servant when controlled, a master when ignored. You don't need millions to apply this mindset. Start small, use credit wisely, invest in assets that pay monthly, and let compounding work. Build good credit, understand interest rates, and track your cash flow. You're not trying to live like the ultra-rich. You're building their habits on your scale. Remember, wealth is built from systems, not sudden wins. And this was one of the biggest financial secrets the wealthy use every day. In our next episode, we'll explore the psychology of money, why we spend on things we don't need. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Debt isn't evil, it's neutral. In the wrong hands, it destroys. In the right hands, it creates empires. Learn to master it, and you'll never fear it again. Power players, listen carefully. We are not born with every kind of knowledge. We learn by observing, by seeing how people solve real problems, storing that knowledge in our minds, and later using it to solve our own. Business works the same way. When you start a business, you don't automatically know how to solve every problem. You have to think, experiment, and test many ideas. But if you already understand how other businesses faced problems and solved them, you can apply that knowledge to your own business much faster. That's why I wrote the ebook 100 Real Business Problems and Solutions. In this book, you'll learn how real companies face difficult problems and the exact ways they solve them. And the truth is, many of these problems appear in almost every business. So grab the book, store those lessons in your mind, and when similar challenges appear in your business, you'll solve them almost without realizing you were even in a problem. That's the power of learning. Now let's get back to the video.